Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the best of the O'Reilly Update. One of the reasons the SURF never came up for Republicans on Election Day was the barrage of Democrat propaganda, which was relayed nonstop by the corrupt corporate media. Yes, it's true that conservatives grind out propaganda as well, but they don't have a corporate media to peddle it. Sadly, many Americans believe what they want to believe and gobble up propaganda like it's Haagen-Dazs, especially since there is no accountability. Foolish, ill-informed votes count, and intellectually limited Americans often seek out friends in the same category. Call it goony birds of a feather flock together. Here is a vivid example of propaganda that took deep root in this country. On March 25, 2021, the state of Georgia passed the Election Integrity Act so that the Trump chaos could not happen again in the Peach State. In response, President Biden read these words, quote, "This is Jim Crow in the 21st century. It must end," unquote. Of course, it did not end, as the courts found no violation of voters' rights in the new law. Then another nitwit, Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred, attempted to punish Georgia by moving the baseball all-star game from Atlanta to Denver. Said Manfred, quote, "Major League Baseball fundamentally supports voting rights for all Americans and opposes restrictions to the ballot box," unquote. Wow, that man is noble, is he not? Well, on November 8th, the state of Georgia had a record high voter turnout for a midterm election, and the state accurately counted the 4 million ballots on Election Day. It didn't take a week. So I'm expecting an apology from Joe Biden, Rob Manfred, and the legions of corrupt commentators who cynically manipulated the American people over the Georgia election law. But there's no chance these people will ever acknowledge their deception because that's not part of the propaganda program. Jesus said, "The truth will set you free." Not sure the Nazarene anticipated all the nitwits. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years and interest rates are skyrocketing, as you know. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, predicting recession. So to protect your future, do what I did. Call the only precious metal dealers I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. You can get started with a short phone call. They will place physical gold and silver right at your door or inside your IRA or 401k. They are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Don't wait. You can call them now. 877-444-GOLD. 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. I, your humble correspondent, have been lucky enough to visit 82 countries on this planet. In the world, there are 195 nations. So here are the 5 best places that I have seen in no particular order. Tahiti. That is a favorite vacation spot for the Obamas, Barack and Michelle. Population, 190,000 in Tahiti. Total number of islands that make up French Polynesia, 120. Average temperature, 83 degrees year-round. Now, the reason Tahiti is so spectacular is the water. So if you are an ocean person, it's not riding the waves or surfing. As you can see, the visibility is so clear. And if you go snorkeling, the fish and the reefs, it's just an amazing getaway. 7-hour flight from LA. 2, the fjords of Norway. Talk about opposite Tahiti to Norway. 2,000 fjords spanning 800 miles of shoreline. The deep valleys were used by Vikings to launch expeditions into Europe and North America. Now, the best time to visit the fjords in Norway is July, and the temperature is about 65, 70 degrees then, and you can enjoy 20 hours of sunshine. It's just dramatic scenery. All right, so you're floating into these things, and then think of big mountains on each side and little villages. It's really spectacular. Rome, Italy. 15 million people visit Rome every year. City's ranked number 1 by travel guides for food, wine, and history. Tourists can also visit Vatican City, as you know. That's the headquarters of the Catholic Church. Spectacular museums there. Now, if you go to Rome, there are 2 things. Number 1, take a tour, because driving around that city is insane. So they'll take you to the great places, and there are so many of them that you can do tours for 2 days. And then no matter where you eat, it is stunning food. And for dessert, gelato. I mean, you're just sitting there looking at this ice cream going, how did they do this? So Rome, one of my favorite places. If you don't like Rome, then I don't know what to say. Ireland, there you go. Second most popular European destination for Americans after the United Kingdom. Dublin, the least expensive city in Western Europe. Between airfare, hotels, and food, the average family vacation to Ireland costs $3,000, compared to $8,000 if you go to Paris and London. And Ireland is spectacular. There's not a bad road in the country. You just kind of amble around. And the folks are nice. Don't judge the Irish by me. Finally, Vietnam. Now, that country has been ruled by communists since the collapse of South Vietnam in 1975. 20 million foreigners visit Vietnam each year, fastest growing destination for Americans since 2015. The beaches in Vietnam are undiscovered. They're fabulous. And the countryside's so interesting to go through it. Lots of ghosts in Vietnam, but it was a magical place for me. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. If you'd like more honest news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com, where you can see me on television in a moment, something you might not know. Do you have a mystery smell in your home you can't get rid of? I have the solution. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. It uses oxy technology that destroys every odor there is. If you don't know where the smell is coming from, the thunderstorm will get rid of it in minutes. The thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad odors. It eliminates them. Best of all, no filters to buy. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for the whole home. You'll get 3 units for under $200. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, anywhere you need fresh, clean air. Please go to EdenPureDeals.com. Put in discount code BILL3 to get 3 units for under $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Discount code BILL3 to save $200. Shipping is free. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. The USA routinely ranks as the most generous country on earth. Before the pandemic, Americans donated more than $420 billion every year to charity. And that figure is growing in the USA. We are amazingly generous here. Now, according to the U.S. Labor Bureau, there are roughly 1.5 million nonprofit organizations based in America. While the majority operate on an annual budget around $1 million, the biggest charities take in billions. Here is a look at the USA's top charities ranked by Charity Navigator, the largest nonprofit evaluator in the USA. First up, United Way Worldwide. This group takes in about $4 billion in donations each year. They spend the money on dozens of causes, including new schools in the Middle East, job training in Ohio, delivering mosquito nets to South Africa, on and on. Charity Navigator gives United Way a near-perfect rating, 96%. Even wealthy nations like the USA struggle with hunger. 15% of Americans have a hard time securing food, studies show. The charity Feeding America spends $3 billion a year to support 200 food banks in all 50 states. Next, St. Jude Children's Hospital. You've seen the commercials. They're all over cable. $3 billion in donations each year. The hospital works round the clock every day to cure childhood cancer. They help 15,000 patients annually. The families pay nothing for the life-saving treatments. Finally, the Salvation Army spends $5 billion in 130 countries every year. The Salvation Army is actually a Protestant church with more than 2 million members. They've been ringing those Christmas bells since 1881. It is the longest charity campaign in history. Back after this. There is a concerted effort to intimidate and silence conservative thinkers, rewrite American history, and replace our God-given individual liberty with big government controls. The very freedoms secured by our Constitution are now being threatened by the most liberal leftists our nation has ever seen. They have failed to secure our borders, weakened our position on the global stage, are trying to indoctrinate and corrupt our children in school, and the list goes on and on. But there are plenty of patriots with the courage to stand up to the far left. AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, is the leading conservative advocacy and benefits organization in the USA. I am a member, and I hope you will join as well. AMAC members have access to money-saving benefits, a robust website and mobile app, and a magazine filled with all kinds of great content. So please join AMAC today at amac.us and tell them O'Reilly sent you. That's amac.us. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.